Like, subscribe and leave a comment. We're back again reviewing Raw and Smackdown for the week commencing August the 1st. So Raw starts out with Becky Lynch coming out. She's got a brace on her arm. I think she's injured her arm, so looks like she's going to be out for a little while. But then Bianca comes out. Bianca Belair gives her some respect, saying that Becky is the man. And then she gives Becky a hug. Becky goes backstage and she then gets beat down by the returning Bayley and the Bayley squad. Beat her down, so we're probably not going to see Becky for a little while. And then the first match was Miz versus Ali versus AJ Styles. The winner of here versus the winner of another triple threat match in the night. The winner of that match then faces Bobby Lashley next week on Raw for the United States Championship. Really good match between the three. Obviously, all three of them can go. You know, it's my catchphrase, they can go. You heard me saying, they can go, they can go, they can go. But in the end, Ali went for I think it was a 450 splash, hit it into, and then AJ peeled him off the ground and put him into a Styles Clash. Really brilliant finish. If you haven't watched that finish, go and watch it. But AJ Styles wins the match. Then we had Seth Rollins basically coming out, cutting the promo, saying he's got rid of Riddle and he now can focus on Roman Reigns. And as he said that, the Street's profits come down and then basically have a back and forth with Seth, which then transpires in Montez Ford going one-on-one with Seth Rollins. Really good match. Go and watch it. I haven't seen it already, but Seth does win. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I see Montez Ford as a future major player in WWE, probably future WWE champion or something. I definitely has all the potential in the world for sure. Next match, Alexa Bliss versus Asuka, was really face versus face match, really good. But then it was a DQ because Bayley and her team came down and beat everybody down basically, and that was that. Then we had the other triple threat match, so it's Gable, Ziggler, and Ciampa. Winner of this will face AJ Styles later, who will then face Bobby Lashley the week after. Good match between the three. Go and watch it if you haven't seen it. But then in the end, Ciampa wins. Then Edge comes out. Basically, Edge is back. So one minute he was a heel, now he's back to a face. I was like, okay, cool, no problem. But I like Edge, and he was basically saying he's going to end the Judgment Day. So let's see what happens there. And then we had Bianca versus Iko Sky. I might have got that wrong. Really good match, but then in between of the match, everybody came down. It was a big brawl. Oscar was there, everybody was there, Bayley was there. It was a big brawl, turned into a DQ. Seems to be a big brawl there, big brawls again. Then we had the finals to who's going to face Lashley on next week's for the US Championship. AJ versus Ciampa. Good match, but Miz was there, interfering in the match left, right and centre, i.e. Ciampa was out, but Miz then puts his foot on the rope, but breaks the count, etc, 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 resulted in Ciampa getting the win. So Ciampa is now going to face Bobby Lashley next week. Then there was an interview with Bobby Lashley. He said he doesn't care. He's going to basically just going to eat up everyone, and he will fight anybody, anywhere, any place, anytime, and he will eat you. And in the main event, we had the Usos versus Mysterios in a tag team match. Really good match, but come on now. Usos are the ones right now. They're the ones in the WWE. So in the end, Usos won. And then after it, the Judgment Day came down, attacked the Mysterios. Then Edge comes down and he went to go and spear, I believe it was Finn. But then Rhea pushed Mysterio in the way, and then Edge speared Dominic Mysterio. So we'll see what transpires from that. But yeah, Raw wasn't too bad. Then we go on to SmackDown. Basically, there's an old school WCW, WWE thing where the Escalade pulls up and you go, who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Who is it? It's the Bloodline. They're going back to old school. It's an old school thing. Pretty good segment there. So they turn up, you see Roman Reigns with the Bloodline there. So then the first match is Corbin versus Ricochet. It's good to see Ricochet back on TV. Hello, glad he's back. And a good match, and Ricochet actually won, which he should. Then probably the funniest segment of the whole thing, whole show, Sami Zayn basically knocks on the door. He wants to talk to Roman Reigns. The Usos come out and like, nah, you ain't talking to him, G. We'll send you a text when you're good to talk to him. It's quite funny. Go and watch it. You haven't seen it. I think I'm glad that they've run this segment back because I wanted to see how this transpires. So that's good. I'm glad they brought it back. Next match was Shinsuke Nakamura versus Kaiser. Good match. Shinsuke wins, so that means he's going to face Gunter, I believe, for the IC Championship. See what happens there. Liv Morgan comes out. She's got a damaged arm, it seems like, from her match with Ronda Rousey. And then Sonya Deville comes out and basically says she's going to take everything she has and she wants to see her miserable. This then goes into a gauntlet match where I'm not going to go into who pinned who won. That's what I'm going to tell you, but I'm going to tell you who competed. You had Aaliyah, Sonya, Raquel, Shotzi, Lee Lady, Natalia, and Shayna Baszler. After all this gauntlet match, Shayna Baszler won. So Shayna Baszler looks like to be the next in line to face Liv Morgan. Then we had the Viking Raiders versus some dudes. Obviously, the Viking Raiders ate them for lunch. Then we had Kofi Kingston versus Eric from the Viking Raiders, the new vicious Viking Raiders, I think they're called. And actually, Kofi got the roll-up win, so it's good for Kofi. He hasn't won in a little while. And then we had the Bloodline come out. So they're basically firstly sending their prayers and well wishes to Paul Heyman, who got F5'd through a table by Brock Lesnar last night, the night before at SummerSlam, or the week before. Drew comes out and basically says he's taken out everybody and he's taken out Roman Reigns and he's ready to go there. Slammed his mic down, ready to fight. As he was going to fight, some music started playing. I didn't know who that was. I didn't know what was going on. Then Karrion Kross comes back and takes out Drew with his wife, Charlotte. Scarlett, I believe that was. It's good to see him bringing back. This is obviously the Triple H era, so he's bringing back people who was taken away from WWE before. This is really good. I think we're going to see a lot more people returning now Triple H is in charge. They're probably looking at everyone's contract at AEW as well, saying, "Oh, who's it? Is Bryan Danielson or Daniel Bryan? Yep, come back to us. Dean Ambrose, is that? Come back to us." They're going to start bringing people back. I'm telling you now. But overall, good show. Go and watch it. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Take care.